Good morning to one and all present here. Today's assembly is brought to you by the students of grade 6A. I am Neil Rehani and I would request you all to join your hands, close your eyes and get ready for the morning prayer. That was refreshing. Now, I would like to invite Shambhavi Lakhera for the thought of the day.
Today's thought is, our greatest glory is not in never falling, but in rising every time we fall. I repeat, our greatest glory is not in never falling, but in rising every time we fall. May I now request our principal, Mrs. Brinda Ghosh, to share her thoughts with us.
Good morning, everyone. I liked the freshness in the prayer today. Good, keep it up, and let's have many more such prayers being either recited or sung. Today, children, you all are aware of the terrible tragedy that has fallen upon this country, which actually resulted in the death of our first ever CDS, Chief of Defence Staff, General Rawat, and his wife, and another 11 people who passed away along with him. I am not going to talk to you of anything about that accident or about what is happening after that. But what I want to talk to you about today is about the one person who has survived, the lone survivor, who is an army officer himself. And I would like to read to you a letter that this gentleman wrote some years ago when he was awarded a gallantry award. And I would like you to listen as I read this out to you. It will take a little time, but it is an important thing for all of you to understand what Group Captain Varun Singh has to say. He writes to his school headmistress. He passed out from the Army Public School, Chandi Mandir, which is in Haryana. And this is what he wrote to his principal in the year 2021 on the 18th of September. And he says, "Dear ma'am, I hope that this letter finds you, your family, the faculty, and the children of the school in the best of health. I am an alumnus of the school of the 2000 batch. Wing Commander Avtar Singh was the principal at that time, and the present vice principal, Mrs. Vijay Lakshmi, was our English teacher. After completing school, I was selected for the NDA and thereafter joined the Air Force in the Flying Branch Fighter Stream. I write to you filled with a sense of pride and humility. On the 15th of August this year, I have been awarded Shaurya Chakra by the President of India in recognition of an act of gallantry on 12th October 2020. I credit this prestigious award to all those I have been associated with over the years in school, NDA, and thereafter the Air Force, as I firmly believe that my actions that day were a result of the grooming and the mentoring by my teachers, instructors, and peers over the years. I write to share some thoughts about my life which I feel may help and inspire children who might feel that they are meant to be only mediocre in this hyper competitive world. Now, this is the most important sentence of this letter. I was a very average student who barely scored the first division in 12th standard. Even though I was made the discipline prefect in 12th, I was equally average even in sports and other co-curricular activities. But I had a passion for airplanes and aviation. I represented the school. Sorry, children. I represented the School Aeronautical Society of India quiz hens twice, and we stood second and third in those events. As I went to NDA, I passed out as an officer cadet and did not expect excel either in studies or sports to make the cut to be an appointment in NDA. It is when I reached the AFA that I started to realize that my passion for aviation gave me an edge over my peers. Still, even then, I lacked confidence in my true capabilities. I lacked confidence as I always thought I was meant to be an average person and that there was no point in trying to excel as I possibly couldn't excel at anything. After commissioning as a young flight lieutenant in a fighter squadron, I realized that I could do well if I put my mind and heart to it. I started working to be that best I could be as opposed to only making sure I achieved the past standard. It is at this point that things started to turn around my professional and personal life. I resolved to do each task to the best of my abilities, whether it was flying or otherwise. I soon was selected to undergo the challenging flying instructor's course, wherein I bagged 2 trophies out of 5. Subsequently, I volunteered for the prestigious and rigorous experimental test pilot course, which had a 4-stage selection and only 1 out of 59 pilots who appeared made it through. Sorry, 7 out of 59. And during the 11 months long course, one of the pilots was withdrawn from the course as he could not cope with the rigors of the course. Thereafter, I was selected to undergo the prestigious Staff College abroad and on return was posted to a Tejas aircraft squadron, even though I had crossed the seniority bracket to qualify for change of aircraft, as my credentials as an experimental test pilot were the reasons for challenging and exciting posting. In 2019, I was the first list of the 12 candidates for ISRO's Gaganyaan program. Though I did not make the final cut due to a medical requirement, subsequently last year, on the fateful day, I was faced with a grave and critical failure in my aircraft. The SOP required me to eject and abandon the aircraft. However, I took a few calculated risks and managed to land the aircraft without any damage to either the aircraft or to the civilians. The citation for the award is attached as my reference. I bring out the above not to blow my trumpet or with a desire to seek a pat on my back. I write to let the children know a few of the following thoughts of my life experiences that may help them in future. It is okay to be mediocre. Not everyone will excel at school and not everyone will be able to score in the 90s. If you do, it is an amazing achievement and must be applauded. However, if you don't, do not think that you are meant to be mediocre. You may be mediocre in school, but it means by no means is a measure of things to come in life. Find your calling. It could be art, music, graphic design, literature, etc. Whatever you work towards, be dedicated. Do your best. Never go to bed thinking, I could have put in more effort. Never lose hope. Never think that you cannot be good at what you want to be. It will not come easy. It will take effort. It will require sacrifice and comfort. I was mediocre, and today I have reached difficult milestones in my career. Do not think that the 12th board marks decide what you're capable of achieving in life. Believe in yourself and work towards it. I would be deeply humbled if in your judgment some part of the story may be shared with the children, especially the teens, as they near adulthood with its complexities of societal pressures, academic challenges, and a sometimes uncertain and frightening future. If I am able to inspire even one child to believe in him or herself, I would have achieved my objective of writing to you. So you see, children, it is always mind over matter. You need to decide that you are something, that you are not inadequate, that you're not mediocre. And when you tell yourself this and push yourself, you will cross the most difficult obstacles with ease. Let us at the same time think about him as we pray for his recovery, as he's still in hospital battling for life. And let us also pray for peace for those departed souls who met with this terrible accident. Thank you, children. Let us stand for the national anthem.
जन गण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मागे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे